can't let go, can't let go, falling down. You can't let go, can't let go.
Stop Motion Studios.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm Daniel. You've maybe seen me around.
I'm Jenica Lake.
And I'm Tanner G.
He's over there. Maybe we can get a camera on Tanner. Tanner G.
Hello.
There it is. We're appropriately socially distancing ourselves while continuing to work in the creative process of stop motion music video. And today we're going to walk through this process together, but not walk. We'll mostly just stand.
Yeah.
We'll stand at a
move
distance.
around.
Yeah. And then
I'm going to be just animated by a giant puppeteer the whole way through. That's
Yeah.
how I'm getting about.
the giant puppeteer.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the sky. In this guy. So today our overview of kind of what we want to get accomplished in the next hour that we're going to be live streaming is to do a brief overview of the project. Tanner's got a video to show us. Show and tell.
Yeah, a little progress report.
Progress report.
To the investors.
Yeah.
For me, thank you.
I'm glad all our investors are here with us
in the
present
room.
today.
Yeah, we can thank them as
to our
well for their
meeting.
investment.
Yes.
Recognized. So then we're going to talk about the next scene that we're going to do and what the different. We're going to make 4 different camera angles to shoot this final scene on this set, and then we're going to move our attention over to the actual set and creating
Move to this
stability, and we're going to hopefully shoot something today. Fingers crossed.
Fingers
But
crossed.
it's you're
There's
going to
some
see
problem
this
solving.
process live, and it may be a little messy. And if you're a live streamer watcher and you have comments or questions for us, we'll try to answer those live as well.
Yep.
Part of the process. So, are we able to watch that video? Not yet.
Negatory.
Then we can just talk about what's happened.
Cool.
So, in our last episode, he went from, our protagonist here was born out of this ground here and kind of came into that moment of self-awareness of, oh my God, I'm a thing. And then got up, took his first step, shuffled along, saw this keyhole, followed that arrow off the scene. And it took several days of shooting.
Let's go back.
And, oh, sorry.
It's all right.
It took several days.
Yeah, some wobbling.
Just trying to tell me I have to sit. Anyway, so
Otherwise you have
now
to wear
we've got to
a mask.
figure out, so we've got our beginning, and now we've got to think about our ending, because this is a kind of a pain in the ass set here. We tried not
it's unique.
to. It's unique, and so we don't want to mess it up, and we want to preserve it for the final scene. If this is where we want to go, I'm open to changing this. It's just, it makes sense. We've got the keyhole, we got the key. It's kind of asking for it to be ended by getting the
get
key
this angle
into the
right here?
keyhole.
Yeah.
This one and this shot.
We got to get the key in the keyhole.
Dun dun dun.
I want to. There's a camera
Yeah.
right here. I don't know if you can see it. It's just right here. All right.
This one rings.
Oh, there it is. There you go.
There you
Now
go.
move back, Tanner. All the way back. Lean
All
all
the
the
way
way back.
Our-
There you go. Can you
There you
now
go.
look at that? See how good it looks.
See, you can just like point towards.
We have a monitor here, so yeah, really good.
That's
Oh,
fantastic.
yeah, that's nice. Nice. Little eyebrow, maybe. Little eyebrow.
Oh, good thing I'm right browed.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so our goal today then is going to be to before we have to take apart this set,
This specific
because it's
set.
taking space in the studio here, and we have a lot of projects we want to move on. We got the next set that it's going to get painted live probably, and we're going to do some show you some of that in the next live streams. But for today, we've got a final sequence that is taking place in this scene. Who wants to describe a little bit about what this entails?
Like the return scene?
Yeah.
So he's coming back on this horse. This whole thing is drawing elements from various kind of shamanistic, some magic. We've got a goddess over there. And so one of the elements of some typical shamanic journeys is the finding of a horse and riding the horse up the tree of life to the crystal city. I don't know if we'll do the crystal city. We got to figure out a lot of things. And then he'll come back with the key after having that encounter with the goddess, who represents queer ecofeminism. She's the goddess of queer ecofeminism.
Yay.
And he gets the key from her somehow. We have to show it, and then he'll come back, open that door, and unlock something. Something's gonna come out, and I think right now the idea for it is so on the last one we had this red. Is it okay that I'm moving around?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're fine. We're just once we all get in there, we'll mask
Scoot
out.
back just a little bit.
Oh, and I saw you touch your face, Tanner. So why don't you try some of that
right.
hand sanitizer?
We
right
should
back there.
we
This is a
should
good
have
time.
a social distance foul
It's a good time to acknowledge our sponsor right here. We've got
Mystic Mountain Distillery,
where the mystics are mountains.
and mountains are mystics.
Hand sanitizer for you.
Boo-doo-doo.
Shake, shake.
So yeah, Mystic Mountain.
Can I have some of that? Oh, thanks. Thanks, Mystic
Lovely.
Mountain Distillery.
Yeah, more of that later. We're staying sanitized. So you were saying key.
So
and
yeah,
final.
so the first part of the sequence was this red sand kind of following out here and filling that space up that he was born out of. And so I'm thinking once this keyhole is opened, we could maybe do green. Like it goes a green path in here, and this area just blooms rather than figuring out how to make the whole space just go crazy.
Sure.
Inside this portal turns green.
What kind of green are you thinking?
Um,
Every shade or just some shades?
I mean, we could use things like moss.
Moss.
Yesterday
Or
I was
like
hiking,
a fake
and
derivative of moss.
all that random snow that the mountains got dusted with yesterday, made all the green fir fir needles fall down, and the whole trail was just
So like fir
green.
needles.
So we could get fir needles
Okay.
and do that.
Cool.
Or maybe some
FIR.
we could also
like
just
for, the tree.
we could get ivy from off the walls here and just sprinkle it.
Sure.
Just I don't
Well,
know.
especially if we go and do the ivy thing with you, like the idea of using ivy during this time, I think would be cool. We could kind of snake it back out.
Yeah, I guess we want to think of what we could do today. So
Well, but no, this is good. So I think it's
So ivy, too.
But the shot then is you're envisioning bringing an ivy or a green pathway
green pathway.
precedes him, or does it sort of like Elsa runs and it freezes on the water? Do you want it to be
Or is
like
it something that
you
comes
know,
after the key is opened, the space?
I think once this doorway opens, I wanted something to come out, and I kind of liked the allusion to the spirits in prison that were unleashed.
That's
But
a
I
Mormon
don't-
reference.
Yeah, or a Bible reference, and but I don't know that that's necessary. It's just a fun thing that we could think about as far as what could we use to represent that. But I also like just having this turn green for simplicity's sake.
So, but that may so after he puts the key in though.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then for this, we also were talking about using those bleeding hearts flowers that I've been collecting. I have just shelves and shelves full
Yeah.
of these flowers that we could scatter the path with.
So that might be something that we could shoot today if we set him up in the final position. That might be a relatively easy one to bring in those flowers and fill up. Maybe just fill up today, and then we could take them off the other day.
It's not green. I don't know if that matters.
Well,
we could do it another day so we can collect more items that are green, because there's moss and there's other things that we could bring in specifically for that, and then we can harvest it. I still think we're going to have to get this horse across with the key on his back, and I think we need to problem solve how we're going to get the key on his back, because he's like lightweight, and this is brass, and that key is also metal.
Yeah, it weighs more than he does.
I'm also going to say that's not real brass. My neighbor ripped me off.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about that. What a brass hole. Okay, so we need him to carry on across the stage, come around, drop him off. So we need this angle. So we need a camera here that either tracks with him, or...
I like that idea. Yeah.
But we don't have a track right now.
No, but what we could do the next time, like maybe for the final thing, Sam's done with his slider from his time lapse. So we could bring the camera in here and we could put it on a slider and we could program and say, okay, we're going to give ourselves, like 1 hour to animate every 5 seconds, and we just set it to take a picture every 5 seconds, and then we just have it do like a thing where it moves from here to here for 20 minutes, and we just move the horse along with it.
That would be cool.
Okay, so we're talking about, but that's probably going to be like the
wait.
That might be one of the very first shots here.
We don't need to get him to come back this way. We need to get him from here to here.
So the horse, you only want him to cross in with the horse? Show me.
He'll just come from right here. Because I'm figuring, unless unless he's like coming full circle, which is cool. But as long as we can make it work visually, and it might add extra footage that we'd have to take. Whereas if we just got it here, it would be just a shorter thing to do.
Yeah.
For today.
Yeah.
Okay. So then what do you need from him on the horse in that area? Do you need a dismount?
I also love if...
Do you need a key removal?
He's like right now, like leaning off the horse.
Where does
and
the
from
horse
here,
go?
it looks like he's going to gallop and like swoop and like throw it in. But we don't have to mess with that.
Well,
not our first foray.
It's our first rodeo.
We have 4
This is our first rodeo.
Okay, so let's think about this then. So he's going to be coming back in. So if we picture him coming in, just like coming back on the arrow right there, then we could maybe have him just like coming right in, and then maybe the horse like does a little rear up or something like that.
It could be hard. He's very like.
That's why I think I want a little
what if we
more
we do
just by the angle, and we
we could mess around with just the angle on it.
But what if he dismounts from horse? Like, because I'm just trying to think, how do we get that much information within that space? It's not a very large space. So like, I would need the character to dismount from the horse. I would need the character to grab the key, presumably off his back, bring it forward, and then take it and either stumble forward in motion. We do have magnet boards underneath that will help, but like, this key is bigger than him. So
we could have him dragging it. Isn't that what an idea we talked about? Having him like, what if it's on his back, maybe he gets there and then he pulls it off, but it's too heavy. And you could kind of figure out some motion where he just like, or we could just do a hard cut from he's on the horse, he shows up on the horse, and then hard cut to an angle where we just see him dragging it. Like maybe like a really...
Are we getting into the play portion?
Let's maybe play a little bit, and then we can come back and we can storyboard these things out. So we're gonna mask up to get in at slightly closer quarters. We'll still try to. Again, Mystic Mountain Distillery. Thanks.
Mystic Mountain Distillery, there's a Mystic Mountain you. I'm winking at this
Wonderful.
camera.
All
Thanks.
right.
gonna
I'd
come
love
over
to be
here.
up here if that's fine.
So,
I just feel like it's a lot to. We need to think out what we're going to accomplish.
how about this? So you have shot him leaving that way, but you had also talked about, wanting to have a left to right flow
Yes.
for the first of the video.
Yes.
But then at the end, when he's coming back, he would be going
Yes.
right to left.
Exactly.
And so if we just wanted to shoot this way, then you would get that left to right motion here, and it's just a scene, and we just have a background, and then we show him like pull up like right here.
Yeah, I like a little circle too.
So we could
So-
cheat, basically.
Cool.
We have to be faithful to the topography
We're
and
gonna flip
geography
it.
of all these things. We pretend this is another.
It'll just be like an
Yeah.
implied loop.
Yeah.
Cool.
And we could even, if we wanted to, like throw a rock up on there to make it slightly different as we go from here to here. So we show him riding, then we show him like showing up like an over the shoulder with the key and the keyhole like in the frame right there. And then what if we cut to him on the ground dragging the key?
So yeah.
Yes, I like
Then
having
this
those
camera's like the most
chops
valuable.
in like implied
Yeah.
motion.
Uh-huh.
Because the other thing we have to remember is this isn't going to be the whole music video. We don't have to like fill the space with like every single shot of every single thing.
Yeah.
If it's just like it's implied
Enough.
that he's getting down, he's dragging. I like that a lot.
So next time on Thursday or Friday or whatever day the next stop motion happens, I'd say we do this shot, the
Dun, dun, dun,
the-
dun, dun,
the,
dun, dun.
The ride.
Yeah, the automated panning or tracking shot.
I think that
And
works.
You know, it'd be
so
interesting.
here, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I was just thinking about how many shots it would take and how we could make it look really real, or how do we want it to look?
We can mess
'Cause
around.
we can-
We can get the
we can
camera
play.
down here and we can start looking at it and seeing how it looks.
Cool.
But
But I think we should do
let's
that slider
Okay.
one on another
Okay.
on another
let's
day.
come back
Cool.
to this real
Cool.
quick and let's finish out the four.
Okay, I think we should do the ones that we're not going to do today and put them like lower, leaving this
Yeah,
square
this
open.
one for the one that we're going to do today. So
Yeah.
definitely not going to do today the
The slider view.
the tracking shot of the horse. That's what horses look like. They have heads and they have riders and they have men on them. And they have feet. like
Totally,
that, and
that's a great
tails.
horse.
That's a
Cool.
horse.
They got toes.
And then he's got the key on his back.
Yeah.
That key thing there. And so we'll do
Pan shot.
tracking.
Tracking
The pan
shot
is if it's
across.
on the
right,
tripod
Right. But a
and it
tracking
turns.
shot like across it, so slider. Which
Tracking left or
will be
right,
ready
right
by
to
our
left.
next.
And so we won't do that today. So then another one.
Because if there's just like a little like, woo,
We do the
and then I mean he kind of slides down pretty easy. It'd be an interesting. Okay, we need gripper. This is something that we needed to problem solve. Was like what grippy substance can we use to have him hold the key? Ugh.
And will he be, once he does it, will it be too heavy for him to like move somewhat realistically?
Yeah. Or could it be sewn onto him? Like, what if he had like a little harness? Like a little harness could be made for.
So what if today we just, actually I think I might want to do this one today. We could do the over the shoulder shot.
Coming behind him here.
No, as he pulls up. So this is
the rock.
back of his
I
head.
see.
Yeah, and the key, you can see, back of the head.
And like walking up towards the keyhole.
No, like he's just pulled up on his horse.
Okay.
Yeah, like we could get the horses in the shot too. There's the horse's head,
Wow. Cool.
right? That's the horse's head. Here, wait, hold on. It's got ears.
God, it's got ears.
It's got ears. It's a horse's head. So,
Sorry, my sarcasm.
and then the other
It's hard with
one
masks
could
to
be
see.
like we could cheat, like if he's dragging it this way, we could show him, like we could still shoot it from this angle, and he's like, his body is here, and we attach his hands, and he's like, you know, having to really crouched.
Like pull it
Like
up
pull
that
it, like
pathway.
he's gonna be,
He's got to work for it.
yeah, we'd get some hands that'll hold on to that and maybe tack them together and we shoot it. But we really get him like hunched over, like it's a big weight to have to pull
Because
it.
he does have these other hands.
And we could
that
actually,
use.
we could shoot that from this, we could shoot that from this side too, and that might actually look pretty cool if we just shoot him like kind of like dragging it back that way.
Yeah.
But we still
We'll
want to
shoot that
see, I
today.
think, like the goal, where he's going.
Yeah, that's
So we have
over
other
the-
hands that we can use to maybe like assist. I just think that those hands are going to be the best if we can use some type of.
So then the final shot would be the key going into the hole.
Yeah.
Key into the hole, and what comes next?
The money shot.
Close up of it, and maybe each of these ends up being like a whole different day shoot, and if you wanted to shoot it from different angles. But I'd say
and this is one of those
keep
things
it
that we
simple.
could again cheat if we want to. If we don't want to do stop motion through, you know, it's just about capturing the idea rather than the technique. Is we can like do the thing where we have the key held up right in front of the camera, so it's like a key eye view going toward the thing, you know.
yeah, and just move the key towards the camera.
Yeah. Just no, like the camera and the key are connected, and it's just like going in, and you see it like turning. And,
Yeah.
And then we
So
get
it's just
another
like a
shot
little bit ahead
of
it.
this. Maybe we get a shot like this, where this thing opens this way, so you can't quite see inside. So we don't have to show that there's nothing inside, and then from there start spreading whatever.
Wait. Are
But then
you
you want
saying
an upper shot too.
what are you saying? Put the camera behind this keyhole? I mean,
No,
pull
like-
it, bring the keyhole.
Like,
Oh, I like that idea.
can we get? How close can you get on this camera? Or a camera?
But not that close. Like,
Okay, so if it's like GoldenEye, you know what I mean?
oh, it's on
First
autofocus.
person keyer.
Yeah, first person keyer. So, what I think, because we're getting like a, if we get like a
Or side like that.
got a
You can
side
just.
shot.
If
Show
you
the
want
key
to see a
again?
side
Will
shot
you-
and see the key coming into it, and we don't have to do it stop motion, is what I'm saying.
No, hold on. What if we do?
Will you show the key?
Yeah. What if we reverse this angle and we do shoot? We put the camera behind this.
Closer.
Shoot through the keyhole.
Oh yeah.
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 And we could just
this
cheat that, bring the keyhole out
through
here,
the
and just put the
keyhole.
camera behind it and move the key towards
Cool.
it.
So that's the fourth shot.
So for that, we could just like mount this on like a tripod, on like with a little teeny gripper vise sort of thing, and we could just hold it up in front of the green screen. We could just have blue sky in the background or whatever.
Yeah. Or hopefully, can it be kind of like, I mean, you're in a cave, right? So it'll be all dark, and you just have the pinhole, the keyhole light, and then it
and then we could go up.
opens, and I imagine it'd be really bright. Like, so you'd see the keyhole come in,
Yeah.
like turn. Well, the thing is that key won't actually fit in there, so you can't see it coming through.
Let's.
It's too big.
Does it
They don't
even-
actually match up.
Yeah.
It's just.
Well, so then
So it's
another thing
inside
that we could do
anyway.
too is just shoot. We could just shoot
We
the
could find another
key,
key.
the key shot, and just draw a mask on in the editing software.
Okay.
We could animate an iris.
What do you mean?
So you cut a hole in a piece of paper, and frame by frame, you move it away from the lens or
Cool.
towards the lens,
Yeah.
and it either opens or closes the frame,
Oh, I like that.
like in a circular motion.
Yeah.
That's Christy, our in-house
Christy. Oh.
animation advisor slash producer slash
love you, thank
PA slash camera operator
Yeah.
slash model.
Everything. The everything woman.
Just a thought
Do you wear any other hats?
every day.
I like that thought.
Everyday hatting. Okay. Wait. So the first, these aren't in order, but the
The one we want to work on today.
the one we could work on today could be this one of,
Him bringing the key up towards
Yeah.
the keyhole.
what does it do? It like does that at the bottom, and he's like gripping it with his hands, and he's like you know, like
Like really.
he's like
It's
pulling
really-
on it.
Okay.
And we could have him just drag it just like past the arrow.
Yeah.
And we could cheat and get rid of this bone, move that to the side so that we could see
As we're coming
his
up
profile, like get his whole body basically doing this like dragging motion.
Cool.
Let me see, which camera lens are we on? Close up.
Daniel, you can come to this one right here.
Yeah, like this.
So this.
You can probably get
again,
with that one too, right?
If this is the one that we're gonna do, then we need to figure out some way to grip the key to his hands today.
Does anyone have any tacky, like poster tack?
You do, Jenica?
I have these, but I really don't think that they're gonna work for this. These are glue dots. They're adhesives.
How long do they adhese?
Well, they adhese like as long as they have stick for.
Okay.
So try that.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, let's get different hands on him.
Well, I think these hands, if they're properly adhered, would actually hold it best. Sorry, I'd like give you this little bug. Because I'm just wondering if it's going to be like enough.
If he has it on both hands?
If he has it on both hands.
He's
So-
gonna have to drag that key.
Yeah, for sure. So what is...
Can you guys make him a
Oh, is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
guitar strap?
Well, he's gonna have a guitar. He's gonna have the key on his back when he's
Okay,
riding the
this is
horse.
So, like, how does he hold it in his hands?
Yeah,
these
we're
are
just
not-
gonna do.
Wait,
we're
wait,
just
wait.
gonna do
That's
four.
not sticky.
We're just
And
gonna
he'll be
try to
over
tell
here,
it
right?
in almost into like the stills
get off.
kind of approach.
He's
where
gonna
it's
get
like
off
we're
like
gonna see
over
him
here,
moving
right?
a little bit with the key on his back. Then we're gonna cut straight to him looking over
And going this way.
the camera, looking over his shoulder at the
'Cause,
keyhole,
right,
and you
didn't we
can see
decide
his
he's gonna
head
come
and the
from this
key.
direction?
Right.
So
I'm
that
not-
could
I
basically
don't
be a
know.
still shot.
Sure.
And then we'll.
Sorry, we have two conversations
Oh, no worries.
going right now.
Well, we're curious, like which way we're just going to, if this is where we're peeling him back to, so that we still see it.
Well,
or where you're going to put the camera if we're going to.
We can cheat it. We can get him off like right here and show him walking like right here. Just a stretch, just a tiny stretch. And then we can already have him like right here putting it in or something.
Well, we won't even see him. All we're gonna see is like a big old key with a big old keyhole.
And then we show this, and then we show it opening.
And then we'll see
It'll
through
open.
the mask, we'll see the key coming in.
Okay.
And then we'll see it open, and then we can see the next shot, which is the greenery coming out.
Cool.
So we have a few more shots then besides these four that we need to consider.
So the greenery.
But at least
shot
for
is
today,
another-
because we want to try and shoot something in our short window, we're gonna do the dragging.
Okay.
And so which camera are we gonna use to shoot that?
We still have to figure out an adhesive. That thing doesn't work.
Okay. I could work on getting the camera set up if you guys want to start adhering the hands
Okay.
and key.
Does anyone have any other options for?
Is the tack stuff not
We
working?
could find.
I don't think
the-
it's going to be, especially if we hit around sand. Sand has
We
problems.
could try the double-sided tape. I don't know if that will like leave a lot of residue or something, and if that's okay, I don't know.
We could try it.
Yeah, his feet seem to be sticking pretty well, right?
Yeah.
Is it? Are they gonna be? Is it gonna be able to get it off?
He doesn't have
We
any
still
kung
want it
fu
to stay
grip
on, 'cause
hands.
That's going to keep. These are
Yeah,
the
no, yeah.
magnets.
I'm just curious about putting that double-sided tape on his hands. Like I just don't want to
I
ruin
see.
these hands.
Sure.
What would ruining them
I
like? You'd take off the finish or something?
something like that.
What we
I think
could
it should be
do
fine.
is use one of these
Is
glue
it, how
dots.
strong is this stuff?
If we put the glue dot to the adhesive, the other adhesive.
What if you glue magnets to his hands?
And then it would take like, I don't know. Then it would be mostly on the key that the adhesive would be rather than on his hands. So this would protect his hands from the double-sided stuff, which would actually be on the key. Because the key, we could just do the one side. So if the adhesive is instead on the back of the key here, then, and his hands are protected with one of these, two of these, then I think
His
it will
hand.
grip enough to
A7S.
Okay.
Could we?
pull. But we could try it. Do you have the double-sided tape though?
Yeah, it's
Do you know
somewhere
where
in
it
the
is?
garage.
Yeah, sure.
James had found it for me. Should we take a break while we go look for some
Adhesive.
adhesive?
Let's see if we put here. This is one of these glue dots, which is kind of, I don't know, if you took those and stuck them on the hand, that's going to come right off.
Okay, I'll wait till we're like ready to do it so it stays fresh.
Okay. Which way do you want it to cut across?
Which way do I want it to cut across?
Yeah, like if he's pulling the key, where do you see that path going? Back up this way or back up this way? So we can move the camera.
I want the shot can be like literally like this much, just like from here to here. It doesn't have to be long at all.
Okay, so you want one camera here, and then do you want another camera going up that direction?
Yeah, maybe we'll get the keyhole in shot so it kind of like the viewer will like associate it together. So
'Cause that's the thing that I like about this view. If we pull in a tight shot of him just pulling it up this direction, is that you can also imply and have the keyhole in the back the whole way, so you know he's going with the key to the keyhole. Like you can imply a lot with just the direction of it.
so he could get off like.
Then the horse stays.
Are there any tripods in here?
Yeah, there. And then the horse could stay in, sort of in shot. But if we pull back, because we wouldn't want the horse to also be in the shots
This one?
or in the way of seeing into the keyhole. And you could like zoom back in.
We don't have an extra one.
We do have a ball head.
But I just don't think today with the horse, we can have the horse in shot. If we're dragging
We could
it up.
yeah, we could have him right in like this and then like add in sorry, now I'm thinking about this differently. We could just have him get up like this and then show him like dragging the key onto the frame.
Yeah.
So it's implied that he dismounted.
Okay. Sure. Implied dismount. We want an implied dismount.
It was implied.
Of course I dismounted. I'm not on a horse anymore.
So are you thinking of a different?
I never dismounted that horse. I did not.
Are you thinking of a different camera angle than one of these four right here?
Well, we have this one here now, and I think this will be nice because this can kind of pull in. But I think it needs to be adjusted on my side. You
What
can
if we
see
do,
that
instead
too.
of the dragging, if we do in that one, that angle right there is the over the shoulder, and we can just do like this one could be super easy to knock out today because this would basically just be a still image of like pulling focus from him to the keyhole.
But we don't have a way of showing right now that's this key adhering to it. The only
We
way
don't
we
have a way of
formulated, is for him to be dragging it today. So that's the other
I forgot.
technology.
We don't even have to.
You don't want to try and get him on the horse today?
No, we could. Sorry, I just was spacing it on the over the shoulder
That's okay.
thing.
So yeah,
That is a cool shot.
and I think we could do that today.
And then go straight into the keyhole, and it'd be pretty. Yeah.
So all we really need to do is
I think
like,
you're right.
straight
You're
for the
right.
fasten the key around him. We'll only let me get this set up so we
Yeah.
can start to
Yeah. We might be able to shoot this whole thing today, Daniel. What time is
Maybe.
it?
By 6?
We could at least. We said we were 6:15. Yeah, no way.
6:15, yeah.
What time
Where-
is it now? Come on, guys.
You guys can keep shooting. I just,
No,
Sure.
but I can't.
Yeah.
so
Respect.
so we're giving ourselves a limitation.
we're problem
I'm
solving
gonna
today.
spruce up the
Problem
set
solving
a
doesn't
little
always mean shooting, but it should. We're shooting.
Okay, so Jenica, would you get that laptop? And we need to pull up on there the software to trigger.
The camera that we'll be shooting with.
Remote.
Camera is not connected. This one likes to be right next to the camera.
So if you want,
And we were gonna
there's more
shoot.
outlets, probably somewhere
Yeah.
nearby here.
You're cute. All right.
In fact, we probably need to get a whole bunch of
Ah, shit.
outlets for this one.
Okay, so triggering this one with that camera that you're using, Daniel.
This camera, yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna need to be very close to where you're at.
Cool, that's fine. Let me get this.
I'm gonna need.
This tripod may not be the top.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. B?
I wonder if you'll do a little invitation real quick and put on Instagram stories.
Okay, cool.
Twitch.tv/Salton Studios. Let's get you over there. Is that good?
Yeah.
Hey, we're streaming live right now.
Cool.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. Hey everybody, we're live streaming on twitch.tv. What is it?
Twitch.tv/Salton Studios.
We are on twitch.tv/Salton Studios. We're doing.
Get it?
Press that again. Twitch.tv/Salton Studios.
Yeah, ready? 3, 2.
Hey everybody, come join us on twitch.tv/Salton Studios where we are doing a stop motion music video for my upcoming music video, Every Shade of Green. This is Salton Studios. It's a lot of fun to see what's going on behind the scenes in this creative process. Come join us! Twitch.tv/Salton Studios. Damn it!
You run off in shame.
Yeah, I gotta sub out something here.
Caught it all on camera.
Perfect.
As hoped. Wonderful.
Unedited and raw.
Raw. Ooh.
I heard myself in an echo, so it slows me down.
Sorry, because I'm over here too. I'm looking for a cord to connect the camera to the.
Sam, with this overhead
It's
light,
not an HDMI,
do we need to rig up
it's
this
the
thing
other,
again?
USB-C.
Sam
The
Garth?
USB-C.
Do we need to rig up this like cross beam thing for this overhead light again?
If we want the overhead light, yeah.
We're
Or
not doing green
we
screen,
can
though.
put it on the
It's just gonna
C-stand.
be-
It's just, well, I guess the lighting doesn't, we don't have to have like
We can just turn
the
that light
same
around
lighting
right
as
there.
before. It was just sitting above like this.
Okay, I'm looking, Sam, for a USB to USB-C. These things. Cord to cord. USB to USB. No, USB-C to USB-C. Are these words?
I feel like you're sending a distress
I'm just like,
signal.
help me. Somebody. I know, I'm masked and I can't
Actually,
tell
think
what is
this
going
lens
on.
is-
Oh
this
my
lens
God.
is too
I,
way too,
Oh,
here's some
that is some
cables.
hyper focus.
yeah, it's like a macro. We're not going to be able to get the key. So we
None
will
of
want
these.
to. We can try the 14 millimeter. Sam, do you have my 14 millimeter lens? Or 20?
I will be back.
Okay, we'll see ya.
Yeah, we want to be. What about the 80 ones? Is that on one of these?
Oh, this is
Mystic Mountain Distillery.
my God.
Okay, turns out I found out my ideal COVID mask. Can we get these in bulk?
Oh my god.
I want some shredder masks.
But I wanted to be a leopard girl.
Why am I not getting Tanner?
Did you? Because you muted him.
muted for a bit. I was muted for a spell.
Wait, are you gonna be running back and forth right there between this computer and the table?
Me?
Yes.
Running?
Yes.
I'm not gonna run.
Um,
I'm not gonna run anywhere. I'm gonna.
No, I'm just
is it
trying to
a
find
do?
camera
Can we
angle.
use some of these lights? What lights am I allowed to move?
What do you want
Anything,
to do?
yeah.
Just do your thing.
Okay.
Turn this one around. Turn this one
Whatever you
around.
wanna
Yeah.
move. No, but for real, is this where you're gonna be?
I'm gonna set up the camera angle at least from right here.
Okay, cool. I just want to find a
Cool,
spot
sweet.
where, I love the back of your shirt, and it has a certain avant-garde effect, but I just want to use all my cameras.
Right. And then we probably want to light him from like, let's bring like that one up and let's put it like right here and see how stark it looks.
Do you want to go behind? Or do you want to use any of these soft lights, Tanner? Because these are dimmable. So these are kind of nice.
Yeah, that
If you
sounds.
could
So
Oh, that's a
fade-
kind of
you
cool
could
sunset
fade up
effect.
on him in camera.
like that, and then we'll go from him with the key on his back and maybe reorient him with the key.
Yeah.
And just like cut, just
Uh-huh.
so we'll just slowly shift the focus from there to there. That's all we'll do today.
Cool.
Sound good?
Yep.
Great.
Are you just going right up on that little dude today?
Right up on that little dude?
Are you shooting like really tight?
Pretty tight.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going over the over the shoulder.
Getting that OTS?
BTS, OTS.
WTF with the OTS? OMG. That's YOLO, man.
Totes YOLO?
That's YOLO.
Yotes Tolo. Whoa.
Glad I knew something about something.
Yotes Tolo.
I'm just like, okay, that's fine.
I may end up needing to switch tripods actually if I can't get the exact right shot.
Are you able to get this far into the like half? So-
Do we have a feed from this camera or no? I need to what if I just steal this? Can I steal this camera lens and start going from it? Maybe.
That's like our best angle.
Yeah, probably.
What do you need to do? Tap
I need
into
to
this
switch
one?
tripod. Hold on, we
Tap
needed to
into this one.
what happened?
Tap into this one because A, this is a good tripod.
Should we just use that camera? Let's just use that camera.
You
For-
want to shoot on this camera?
Yeah.
Okay, it'll look different.
Well, that's a camera they've been shooting on.
Oh, it is? Oh, then
Yeah.
yeah, use it.
But I
Go,
thought,
bro.
yeah, we should be just using the one that
Yeah.
we're, yeah.
Here, take
Okay.
this camera.
Take this camera to be your lawfully wedded camera. Where the mystics are mountains.
I don't think these are still the right ones. This is not the right one to connect.
So for that remote thing, where did that go? This thing? No, that's that thing. It's this thing.
Daniel, will you tell me out loud what you're doing?
I am, sure, yeah, I'm connecting this iFootage device here that is going to interface with that computer and tell it to take photos.
Sweet.
Yeah, but I actually haven't set it up before, so it's kind of fun figuring this out.
Wait, you're using the other camera we had, right?
The Sony.
Which one? The camera.
Oh, yeah, you are. Okay, I see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, is that really the shot?
Yep. Did you find the right cable?
I don't know that it's the right cable.
Are you looking for a
This
charging
one?
cable?
No, I need one that connects between,
This and that?
yeah, unless we do a digital.
I think we can do a digital because
Okay.
it's got this thing.
Cool.
So,
This one was not working.
yeah, maybe we
before.
need to get
We need a hookup.
Samwise to aid in that.
I call him
No, just-
Samwise too.
If you turn it on, do you have your Wi-Fi on that computer or on that?
On this camera?
Yeah, on
Mhm.
that camera. Then I'll connect to your Wi-Fi. Check the USB or network connection.
Smart remote control. Is that what we're using, Sam? The smart remote control app on the Sony menu?
Yes, I believe so.
Can you check your signal cable? It's that 16 ones. You gotta make sure that mini USB doesn't get rattled. You're not getting signal.
On this camera right here that I'm on?
The micro HDMI.
Yeah, it's just
is
Yeah.
reinforced.
sometimes it needs to be like taped to another one
But I
just to
think
stabilize
everyone
it.
taped and it needs to be
Cool.
taped in. There it is.
Okay.
Got it?
Thank you.
Mystical mountains.
Thanks
So we
for
s-
plugging my cousin's distillery, guys.
Oh, totes. So we need to figure out how to get his. What if we used like a little bread bag tie?
A bread bag tie.
Let's take the key and let's just put it on him like this, and this camera lens is in close enough that, or we can get in maybe close enough so that it won't even see. Or
I mean, how close do you think you're gonna get?
this close.
Show me how close you're gonna get. Is he in frame here?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to bread tie this guy?
Yeah, or just some like, or whatever else we can figure out with little. We want that like poster tacky stuff.
Sure. Do you have some of that?
No, I didn't come prepared.
Which is why-
that double-sided tape.
Which is why
Let's
I
try it.
think we
you
should
mind?
Or we
probably.
can try a glue gun. Whatever's the least likely to cause cosmetic damage.
Will you bring them both?
I feel like the glue gun we could probably.
We can
take
test
the
it out
glue
with
back off.
with the key over like the silicone composite, whatever this is. Okay, so we're about time. We're at about time.
Yeah, we are.
Do you want to go for another half an hour? This is the thing.
the
We
thing.
give ourselves these limits, and then like, how do we like instill and keep up with the limits?
Well,
Because we
Sam,
got here.
talk to us about your hard,
And we
your
didn't
hard
shoot
cutoff
anything.
times for
I don't have hard cutoff times.
this being in here.
Oh, I mean,
How would we get back to this?
We have to shoot. We have to finish shooting these things.
yeah, how much?
But
how
I'm-
much more shooting do we have to do?
Well, it looks like we delineated 4 to 5 more scenes.
Four to five more camera
Camera
angles,
sequences,
camera setups that are going to be part of this scene.
which could denote another several hours in each. So. Monsters. I just like my body says like, hey, we set a limit and we're gonna stick with that limit
Oh, today?
today.
Okay.
But I
that's fine.
can-
Are we at that time?
We're at
getting
that
pretty
time.
close.
Well,
to
then
that
let's
time.
get signed off, folks.
Well, I mean, I want him to have a chance to come back. Let's see if we can like resolve.
Let's learn a
the-
lesson here. Let's talk to
Could we
ourselves
resolve
about
the adhesive issue? like an adhesive issue would be nice to have on.
It's kind of full of gear.
Yeah, yeah.
There's like
Here's our shot, for sure.
there's so many cameras.
That one. It's tiny. It's like child size.
Dragging
Exactly
that
what
key
we
across the
need.
desert.
That's exactly
Well,
what we
thank
need.
you for joining us today. We've reached the end of our allotted time. We knew it was going to be a close call, but I feel like we have we'll stand and we can mask
Can we
off.
stand far enough away? Let's, yeah.
Okay, couldn't find the old double side.
So it's time, Tanner.
Tanner, we've reached the end of our time, our Tanner time.
Well, we know exactly where we need to begin next.
Yeah, we're going to turn to the cameras and tell them what we've taught, what we've learned, and what we're going to do going forward.
Cool.
So, what have we learned? What are we going to do going forward?
Well, there's like 4 to 5 more scenes left
Is this your mic?
on
Yeah.
here. And we can do one more setup this way. But how about we work Thursday? You said Thursday doesn't work for you.
We're gonna have to. Yeah, Thursday I've got other projects, but
Tuesday afternoon? We can problem solve this at another
yeah,
time.
we're gonna have to rebook a time, and our goal is gonna be to try to shoot it as quick, as soon as possible, so we clear
Well,
out the space. But
That was the goal, yeah.
we now know exactly which 4 scenes we want, so it's easy for us to
Based on this list, you guys, we actually got everything done except for the first thing and the last thing here.
except for the shooting. But we did the storyboarding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tanner,
Tanner.
Sorry.
There you go. There you go. Stand. We've got masks on, so
Fine.
we can be
We
still
can come on in.
6 feet, but a different.
Like the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Love them.
So now we know what we need to finish out with this set piece.
Yeah.
Um,
We have these scenes left to do. Take
the
shots.
dragging of the key.
It would be nice. Could we still, maybe with our last few minutes, could we view
If
Has this
we
come over
if we
yet?
got it pulled up, did we ever get that, Sam?
our progress
The
report?
progress on the footage
It's for the investors.
for the investors.
If we could watch that, I think that would be really, really super.
Finish off with that.
Because I need some progress.
We'll figure out a date to be
need
able
to
to
make
come
progress.
in and shoot this. But now we know what we're gonna shoot.
And then after that's all done, figure out how to make this bloom, and then it's gonna.
Yeah, the bloom and shot.
And then he'll kneel down, pick up a mushroom that's bloomed in it, eat it, and then a new portal will open here. That
And then we
same
go
shape.
into an entirely different song.
And then it's the next song.
So, but we still have the other green shots to do as
Yeah.
well. But with
So
this,
still a lot of
one.
fun things.
yes.
Um,
Very close on that, stand by.
cool. So what else? Mystic.
We're gonna see take you to shoot.
Yeah, set it up, Tanner, Jenica.
The one that we're gonna watch, is it everything that we've done so far?
Everything that we've done so far,
That's since the beginning of May.
since the beginning of time.
Yep, not just
we started
just the stop
shooting-
motion.
We started
stop
May
motion.
3rd.
And we've shot 5 times.
4 or 5 times. I think
Okay.
5 times.
And that's probably we're looking at maybe 20 hours of shooting time, maybe more.
Yeah, and now we're
20
doing
to
it
30.
smarter, faster. Daniel, thank you for helping us on this, because I feel like you helped us get it really concise
What we're
and
going
visually
for.
potent. So
That's why
we do
go
less
for it.
work harder, work smarter, not harder.
Is there anything that you've learned already in the process that you really wish you would have known going in? Like, are you guys already that far along?
Sand is hard.
Sand is so
Sand
hard.
is really, really hard with stop motion
Why is that?
because it barely holds its own shape, and it's much easier to work with things that aren't amorphous in shape, and sand is amorphous, like it's moving all the time. So that gives a lot of instability to the character and to our ability to like make that slow motion glide. Dirt is hard, but it's all right. We just want to do it that way again. It's just like, that's the end of that set, so yeah,
Okay, you guys ready?
Okay,
See
let's do it.
let's do it.
Now we had another camera here, but this is just the
the
main.
above.
This is the main camera, so it's just
So-
I haven't edited all yet, but there would be other angles.
And this little snake prepares to give birth to something.
Really?
That. And this is kind of where we pick up from your last music video, Connor. I love that little
Like that, we could speed up a little bit.
This is where the sound thing drives me crazy. If we speed it up a little bit, we might not notice it as much, but
It might just seem like, you know, like a wind blowing.
mhm.
You can probably add in some effects like that without too
So it's
much.
like, oh, what the?
Mhm. For our first time. I know the sound thing. And I'm a nervous fidgeter, and so not fidgeting with the sound is always hard.
Yeah, we put red sand
Yeah.
over gray sand.
More intensely, yeah. No, the Moab sound was on purpose. Because we didn't understand the effect that it would have.
Like he's climbed out of his grave.
Well, that's
Yeah.
kind of where he's been. Yeah. Oh, nice.
This is one of those times where I felt like we worked harder, not so much. I've read them so many times.
But there was also
Well,
like something emotional, I think that was just happening in the capture. It's kind of interesting to see it again to go, okay, well, what can we pull back on? What do we not need exactly in this way? But
There's a big lighting change here that I don't know how to edit out.
Yeah,
yeah,
like
I
we could
think
probably
so.
figure out some cloud cover passing over.
no, but I like that idea because this is kind of his like return to God and himself. Something comes on for him. He stands and walks and moves.
And I don't like how that breaks the 180 rule,
Well, yeah,
because he
and
walks up the screen that way and then walks on that way.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just a little thing that it bugs me.
Well, there is a theory that when people are walking right from left, they're walking walking forward, but that's only in the best right to left.
he's so zombie-like.
Well, and that's something that we're going for in the music video is going to be left to right.
And then we're
Yeah, so he sees the keyhole, he sees the arrow that takes him off into the next area.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay,
Yeah, like maybe you walk
Yeah.
through a
yeah, sure.
We could probably add in rain if we
Cool.
Yeah, so that's like all of May. How many days
draw
have we been at
raindrops.
this?
Nice.
That's
Like
what we
you
made.
could combine
Yay.
different a bunch
Can
of
we
different
just,
animation
can we
types.
really?
That's another thing that we can consider is making this animation coming out of the portal. I don't know if that's how fast that is.
Well, one shot at a time. We'll tell you more about that on the next episode of Artist Studio, Stop Motion Studio, Stop
Stop
Motion
motion studio.
Studio. Stop Motion Studios.
Yeah.
All right, now we dance our way.
Yeah.
Dance it out.
Is that music playing or-
So
We're just